On the forge world of Dendrox Minor, the ground itself became the enemy. What the Imperium thought was bedrock was merely a dormant seedbed. The atmosphere turned noxious, thick with a miasma that demanded heavy respirators just to survive the initial hours of terraforming. Before the plague fleets arrived, Dendrox Minor was a fossilized husk of a world, relentlessly strip-mined of its colossal, petrified sequoias to feed the endless furnaces of the Imperium. When the Death Guard finally broke the orbital defenses, they did not bring extermination. They brought a weeping, virulent rain that seeped into the bedrock and violently awakened dead root networks below. Now, the planet is a suffocating, hyper-accelerated nightmare of bloated timber and toxic swamps. It has become a blighted sanctuary, a world where the Earth itself joyously digests the industrial corpses of its former masters. But when the viral bombardments of the Death Guard finally soaked into the mantle, the Earth did not simply crater, it tore open. The tectonic shifts were not jagged, they were unnaturally smooth. The acidic rot cleanly cleaving the buried, fossilized timber, as if the crust itself were nothing more than soft clay. The tacticae of the Astra Militarum rely on geometry, safe zones, kill boxes, standardized perimeters. They measure their battlefields in neat, predictable grids, trusting their plascrete foundations to hold back the dark. Petrified stumps the size of head blocks violently breached the surface. The sound was deafening. A tectonic scream as an ancient warp-infused wood splintered and rapidly aged. It was the winds of entropy made manifest, compressing centuries of necrotic rot into mere agonizing seconds. Where the earth did not grow, it shattered. Violent upheavals left the remaining block splintered and raw. Black, virulent sap pulsed through these fresh fissures, weeping from the wounded timber. The wood drank the toxins and swelled, an accelerated terraforming that cared nothing for imperial borders. These fractured pillars are but the vanguard of the rot, the first violent eruptions to break the plascrete crust. What you see is merely the surface of the infection. Beneath the mantle of Dendrox Minor, the true root network pulses, spreading unseen in the dark. The rot multiplies, invisible, silent, and ravenous. The sheer violence of the upheaval left the atmosphere choked with necrotic ash, the dust of a dying world settling over the newly formed trenches. When the virulent storms finally cleared, the Imperial grid was gone. In its place, the Rot Forest stood ready to welcome the advancing plague companies. The full terrifying scale of the forest has yet to manifest, but the soil is broken. The seeds are planted, and the grandfather is infinitely patient.